All right, so how do we turn this into something a bit better, or something that will, by the way, before I continue, I just want to show you something else that I did, just because I thought it was a little bit weird to have those sort of like spikes things, which are kind of like deltoids or like shoulders. So I have those arms. I have a couple of arms. So I think I'm going for like this sort of thing. So I created these four arms. These are the arms of another sort of bird creature that I created a long time ago, and I just like sliced the arms and just put them in here as decimated pieces. So I didn't spend too much time doing that. I just like cut them up and place them in here. So like a couple of set of arms, and I think in originally I thought the back bit could be some kind of like um some wings, and that might still be the case, but I just thought, let's add something there so that it doesn't look as weird. But anyway, I'm gonna continue with this without the arms. Just wanted to show you there. Now, another thing before I start with the dynamish that I think it would be good, depending on the character that you have. In my case, I have just a creature that has the open mouth and it's kind of like already having an expression. Um, it's good to think about the functionality of um, how you're planning to solve something, thinking of how it would function. And that also helps you to ground it in reality. So in my case, I refine the like these bits here between what we finished with yesterday and what I showed you, or what I'm showing you today. I sort of like changed the angle a little bit of these jaws, because before they were like pointing outwards. See, like in my chaos, in my sketch, when I was refining it, they were like kind of like pointing outwards, and that didn't really make sense. So I started to think about, okay, if this was a real creature, like how would it, you know, how would I make it look more believable, right? So a simple trick that you can use is to create a sculpting layer, and that's one of the advantages of this technique, that everything is a single subtool. So make sure that you have everything in one subtool, which is basically what we currently have. You create a new layer or recording layer, right? And then you can morph it and push things around so that you can test how things will actually move. So I'll show you one that I did that I think is pretty cool. Again, it's not like the final thing; it's just a quick validation, I would say. So it's like how this creature will close those jaws. So first I was thinking, it will just close to the center and it will be just like a normal beak. But then I thought, let's just divide it in three. And that already changes the whole thing. So it's not a chicken anymore, or it's not so much chicken, right? It just becomes a really menacing creature that when it opens the mouth, it just, it's a bit scary. So that's a really cool thing that you can do to validate your design. So like start creating a new layer, push it around, like how don't worry about the topology or anything, just like push things. I mean, if you look at the way that this is contracting here, I'm just breaking things, right? This is not going to be a blend shape for animation at all. It's just a quick way to validate how things would move. And if I think, okay, this has legs, this is going to work, right? Then I can just go ahead and continue sculpting this in this way. And then at the end, maybe I'll do another layer just when it's, polished and everything, so that I can show you how it would move with the final sort of details. But I thought I showed you, or I shared this, because it is a very powerful tip, very powerful method to test these type of ideas, especially when you have something that is, that it is made up. Alrighty, so I'm gonna create a new layer. Yeah, this is exactly what I did. I want to select the mask lasso, and from the side view, I'm just gonna mask this out and blur it. Again, the whole point is just to validate that idea. It's not nothing else. So it's not gonna be perfect. And I'll just push this. Oops, let's make sure this is masked as well. Push that forward. And then I'm going to use the move. You can smooth things out. The only thing you cannot use is anything to change the topology, like Sculptris Pro or anything like that, because that wouldn't work. Clear everything and smooth things a bit, just to arrange, potential soft areas of soft tissue that will be pulled towards when the creature does it. That's it. 2 seconds, and now we have a reference of how this would work. right? That is the idea. Just don't spend too much time on it. Again, this is not a blend shape. This is not something for animation. It's just a tool for yourself. You don't have to show it. Although it might be cool to sort of like create a tiny animation showing how the thing opens and closes the mouth and share it online, and that might be cool. But it is for you. Is a tool for yourself to validate the design and to make sure that the prototyping that you're creating or the prototype is it has legs basically. So I'm gonna delete that one. That's it. That's the way of doing that. So I'm gonna duplicate that just so I can keep track of things. And I'm gonna take that one, go to layers, and I'm gonna bake all layers or delete it, just so you know that it's a tool for the work in progress. It's not something for the final. But if I want to do like the tiny animation, I can go back to one of these ones.